Welcome to yet another edition of the Phil Taylor Jones Show. I'm your host, Phil Taylor Jones, and today's focus is going to be what old bastard has done further to this country. If you've been following the news, you now know that the Iran debacle, I don't want to call it a deal because usually in a deal, both parties come out somewhat, okay, equalization, but that's not the case here. And it has basically, all the shouting is over. They just got to start transferring the money and the airplanes and whatever they've been promised, and it's a done deal. What interests me most about this is that the Republicans, or Reslugglicans as I call them, are in power in the House and Senate. So what kind of crooked palm greasing and what have you went on that this Democratic idiot or Democratic idiot that's in the White House would come out the victor with this farce of a deal? Crookedness, corruption is so prevalent in Washington, D.C. and in all forms of government, no matter where you happen to be in this country, that it's not even funny. So yeah, it's a done deal, folks. This Iran deal is gone to fruition. And if that wasn't bad enough, because we know that, as I alluded to before, it's a one-sided thing. Iran gets everything they want, plus the major thing that they were after, and that's making a nuclear device to blow whoever they pointed at, basically America, to kingdom come. They've got that now. To add insult to injury, old bastard has also made the way clear for tens of thousands, estimate maybe 120, 150,000 of these Syrian and other refugees to come to the United States. Once again, if you've been looking at the news, you can see what's going on in France, you can see what's going on in Germany. They would have you believe, the ones who are just trying to sugarcoat it and make it like apple hearts and candy canes and all of that stuff, that these are women and children and the elderly and sickly people that have been displaced by this war that's going on in Syria and what have you, that they're the ones who will be coming to the United States as they have in France and in the UK and in Germany. Oh, that's a bowl of crap salad, people. What you've got is a lot of young, healthy, muscle-bound, young male Muslims, possibly ISIS or Al-Qaeda, infiltrating these cities. They're causing problems. One, because they're invading a lot of Christian neighborhoods, Christian cities, and we know that Muslims have no respect for Christianity. They're infesting these neighborhoods. They're causing problems. And not everybody in these countries is waiting with open arms. They don't like it. They don't want it because they know that it's nothing but trouble. They don't want to assimilate. They don't want to change to be in cohesion with the hosting country. No, it's quite the reverse. They want the hosting country to convert to their way of doing things. In both Bavaria and in France, girls have been assaulted because they don't dress the way these Muslim women dress. They may go around in bikinis or they may go around in shorts. They naturally don't cover their faces. They're being attacked, they're being raped, and they're being assaulted. There is feces being thrown at the host country citizens. They're being attacked, they're being assaulted by these young, muscle-bound Muslims. And, that aside, if you really study this Islamic business, these people are fearless. They fear nothing. And it's not just the muscle-bound muzzies that you got to worry about. It's the elderly. It's children. It's women. They see the destruction of especially American people, Westerners, as their rite of passage. They'd soon strap a battery of bombs, dynamite, C4, whatever they wish to use, to a second grader, a third grader. Send that child into a crowded venue and cut loose. Old, elderly people on sticks, canes, walkers, that's not a deterrent. That's not something to sit back and say, oh, well, that's just an old lady or an old man going by. That old man, that old lady's got bombs strapped to them. And once again, will get on a bus or a commuter train and cut loose. These people are dangerous. Not all of them, but so many so that you definitely don't want them in your country. Now, as I understand it, a lot of them are being filtered through Hungary. But the leader of Hungary says that he has the right not to accept any of them because it would be a conflict to the Christian state of his nation. Now, the other countries that are accepting them are very angry with this Hungarian leader. But I say the guy is right on. He's looking out for his people. And what's wrong with that? Nothing in my book. Your people come first, no matter what nation you're in. And these people are very, very dangerous. From 8 to 80, they will kill you. And they don't mind doing it. It's their rite of passage. Now, there have been countless things going up on national or social media, Twitter, Facebook. I've seen some things on Google Plus. How ISIS is making threats to certain members of the armed services personnel. They're targeting certain people. They're targeting certain cities, certain states. It's true. And they're not even firmly over here yet as far as this refugee thing. They're over here. They've been over here in major force since 2008. And you know how that is? Look at that bag of crap that you've got in the White House. That's ISIS. That's Al-Qaeda. He is the biggest threat that this country faces at this point. So you don't have to look over and see if ISIS is coming. It's already here. And its name is Barack Obama. These people are dangerous. We don't need them here. But yet, they're coming anyway. You know, I would have liked to have been asked whether or not I wanted them here to do some kind of poll. You know, and before I get further into that, I know that we elect these, for lack of a better word, people to go to Washington to speak for us, so that there's not like 100 million people there in Washington yelling and screaming and barking and beating on the tom-toms. So we elect senators, we elect Congress people, we elect a president to look out for our needs. In our own cities, we elect mayors, we elect council members, aldermen in different, forms that way. In our state, we elect the governor to look out for us. But what happens when these people epically fail at their duties? Then yeah, maybe 100 billion of us need to go to Washington and start beating on the tom-toms to let them know that we don't want this crap. I mean, as I alluded to earlier, I would have liked to have been asked, hey, Phil, we got all these people that have been displaced because of the Syrian war or wherever they're war torn from and have to consider themselves refugees. Would you mind if they came over to the United States. To that I would have said an emphatic no. Yeah, I would have liked to have been asked, but they just imposed this crap on American people. We have been imposed upon enough. Look at all these foreigners we got over here right now. And I'm not talking about, the ones that potentially propose a terrorist threat. Just these regular ones we got. They're over here raising hell. And then you're going to add some new ones to the mix? They've already got it earmarked what cities and states they're going to dump them into. And just dump them right on your doorstep. We're talking about people with religions that allow bestiality. Yeah, boinking goats and sheep. We're talking about a religion that treats women and young girls as nothing more than playthings. They're personal playthings. They're toys. We're talking about little kids, little female kids who are being sexually assaulted. And nobody bats an eye because that's the way they are. And I read the mission statement for this Islam business, and it's what a farce. They're there to promote harmony in the community and all of this crapola. Well, as I put in one of my little posts on Google Plus, in the world I come from, when you're trying to create a harmonious situation, that means that you're not blowing people's asses to kingdom come. That means that you're not chopping their heads off. That means that you're not trying to push your religion down their throats, in which the only alternative is death if you don't convert to their religion. That's what's on its way here in massive numbers. As I alluded to earlier, they're already here. But now they're going to be here in massive numbers. And in those massive numbers, how many sprinkles of Al-Qaeda, of ISIS, will there be? You can blame old bastard for that. I think my brother wants to give me something here. Oh, he came up with some very interesting information. Hang on there, folks.
This just in.
Relating to old bastard being ISIS and the Iran deal, this was said by the New York Post in an article yesterday. America will pay the price for Obama's Iran victory deal. On the eve of the 14th anniversary of the worst attack ever against our nation, old bastard celebrated a nuclear pact with Iran, an Islamic theocracy whose leader calls the United States Satan and joins crowds in chanting death to America. And yet, with all of this, seeing this Quran-toting piece of garbage in the White House, doing all of these destructive things for America, or to America, some people will still talk about others. I've seen it on social media, where someone will make a post saying something to this effect, and the filthy and vile comments against that poster, you wouldn't believe. How stupid can some of these Americans be? You can see it. Ray Charles could see it. Stevie Wonder could see it. They're blind as a bat, and they could see what this bastard is up to. Helen Keller could see it, hear it. The man is out to destroy what we know of this country. Totally destroy it. So, presidential hopefuls, you better hope that there's a nation here for you to be president over by the time this bastard's time is up. Because as I alluded to on another show, it doesn't matter what Trump is doing or what Slithery Clinton is doing or what Sanders is doing or what this other fella, Ben Carson, is doing. That's a question mark. Because they're not in power. Bastard is still in power. And he may not have as much time in front of him as he has behind him, but the little time that he has in front of him, he's certainly going out true to form. He is willing and able to do anything he can to destroy this country. And those idiots out there that are still beating the tom-toms and still in support of him are just as dangerous to this country as he is. This new thing up in the Arctic Circle, Shell drilling for oil, that's going to be a disaster. This Iran crap, it's a disaster. It's a tragedy waiting to happen. As I said, most of these Middle Easterners, they don't have any respect for this country. Hello, we don't have the Twin Towers anymore. Hello, we got to go through all kinds of crap all over when we go to the airport, get on an airplane. Hello, when you go to these little places that are county or city operated, you got to strip down your skivvies before you can go in there because of the security risk that has now taken place in this country because the government from the United States is stupid. This is worse than the Ebola thing. Remember when the Ebola thing broke out? This idiot bastard, he wouldn't even shut the borders down then, allowing people to come in. Oh, it'll never happen here. And I believe we had 4 or 5 cases of Ebola right here in this country. The man is a megalomaniac and an idiot on top of that. He dances to the beat of his own drum, and that beat is the death march for American citizens. We are not safe with this idiot in office. He spends up all of our money. He has raped this country of its resources. He brings any and everything into the country willingly to help destroy it. He is America's destruction. As I said before, you don't have to look over there to see if bombs are coming from ISIS or over here to see if they're coming from Al-Qaeda. You've got one in the same, or both in the same, in the White House. That's him. He's the threat. He can't leave soon enough for me. But in the meantime, as I posted on my little post on Google+, these Islamists, they will further their sadistic ritual, their sadistic movement, and they will stop at nothing to do it. Us true Americans who refuse to lay down, who refuse to give up our arms, we won't back down either. Anybody who makes a threat to our national security, our government, our families, in the words of George S. Patton, General, U.S. Army, we will go through those bastards like crap through a goose. So, you've got these opposing sides. You got your Islamists over here who will do anything. You got your true Americans over here who won't back down. So hang on, folks, because this is going to be one hellacious and bumpy ride. You can write to these idiots. You can email these idiots. You can phone call them. It's not going to stop anything because it's already a done deal. But you sure can let them know that you don't like it. And that you won't support them anymore. I don't care who's behind them, these stupid Koch brothers or whoever is power brokering them. If the American people won't vote for them, they won't have much to go on. And we're in an uphill battle with even that. Because people like Bastard and Bill Clinton and these other idiots that have been in office that have allowed these foreigners to come over here and get a firm seat in this country. have also eroded the Americana. They have diluted the Americana so much so that we don't have the mentality that we had in the 50s and the 60s, where we boycotted, where we showed American muscle against oppression. We don't have that anymore. So anything that the few true American patriots have, it's an uphill battle. Look at what you got in this, I forgot what his first name is, but it's Bobby Jindal, an anchor baby who was dropped over here by his stupid Indian parents. Now he's saying nasty things about American politicians aspiring to be president, specifically Donald Trump. Who in the hell does he think he is? A little piece of crap, Bobby Jindal. But that's what I'm talking about, folks. We have let, as an American government, have let these foreigners who have no respect for America, who have no loyalty, have no affection for it, come in and find powerful seats. What's this bastard's name? Piyush Jindal. And he's, making statements. What the hell does he think he is? The bastard should be on his knees thanking the United States government for accepting his dumb, sleazy, slimy ass. And on top of that, isn't he the governor of Louisiana? I don't want to misspeak here. Just hang on 1 second, folks. I believe they said he was the governor of Louisiana. Well, my brother's still researching it. But if this is true, Mr. Jindal, before you go slamming Donald Trump about anything, he is
55th governor of Louisiana.
55th governor of Louisiana. Why don't you get off your pitiful carcass and do more for those victims of Katrina down there? 10 years into Katrina, I wish you could give me that phone. Look at this sad piece of crap. Got it? Yeah, look at that sad piece of crap. And he's going to go around and then talk about Trump. 10 years into Katrina, and he's done very little. Good Lord, you can build a township in 10 years. You can build a whole city, and he's going to sit there and oh, don't get me started, folks. That's what I'm talking about. This is the uphill battle. They come in here and they give them seats of power. And it makes our fight even harder. But we gotta find some way to do it. Get on the phones, get on the computers, get on the internet, put pencil to paper, pen to paper, and let these bastards know that what they are doing is not in agreement with the American people. The true patriots, the true American citizens who love this land. I want my damn country back. And I'm pretty sure many of you out there feel the same. So let them hear it. Thank you for joining us for the Phil Taylor Jones Show. We'll be back with you again soon. Try to stay happy and safe in this insane world we live in. And I mean that now more than ever with the utmost of sincerity, because we've got major problems. Just in these two incidences alone, we got major problems coming our way. So try your best to maintain your joy, and look us up on Google and give us a plus. And to those who are already in support of us, we thank you so much. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you, and have a great week coming up. We'll see you next time on the Phil Taylor Jones Show. Bye-bye.